What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Gear Breaker Nation, where we give excellent assessment and reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about the Friday the 13th game that's been announced. It's being developed, I believe, by Gun Media, and they've been using the crowdfunding. They managed to get $500,000, so they're well on their way to getting all of the funds they need for this game. And kudos to them, because a Friday the 13th game would be totally awesome. They have some of the original people behind the Friday the 13th franchise, such as we got Randy Greenback, who's going to be the executive director, and the original Jason Kane Holder. He played Jason in, I believe, part 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So he's gonna be doing the motion capture. So I think that's a really cool thing too. Anyways, this was brought to my attention by AlphaOmegaSin. Check out the interview to the game, and also in fact, Adam Sessler's on there. That dude's freaking awesome. But anyway, check out the interview with Randy and Kane and the video of AlphaOmegaSin in the description bar below. And I wanted to sit here and give my take on this. I have to say I'm really excited about this. This is one of those warm welcomes that really should have been made. They should have been brought us I mean, we got the one that came back in the day, but you know, times have changed. But there's certain things about it that I do like, and certain things that I'm worried about. I like the fact that it's the trailer. If you've seen the trailer actually looks pretty nice. In fact, it looks pretty badass. It's dark. It's got his mother monologuing, and then Jason pops up, and it looks like the Jason from whichever Friday the 13th it was, where he had the chain around his neck. So it kind of looks like the one from the one where he was fighting that psychic girl. I'm not sure which one. Might be 6, might be 7. I'm not sure. But Jason's design looks completely badass. And I love the monologue. It's like telling the story as if it was like the movies. Now, a few things that I wanted to touch upon is, you know, is this game going to actually follow the criteria or the story of the movies? Or is this like another entry in that? And if so, will it be after 10 or before 10, or is it before or after the Freddy vs. Jason? And also, I've even heard one of the best aspects is the fact that you will be able to customize this character with the different skins from each movie. I think that's pretty badass. But going back to the story, is it a culmination of the films? Or is it just another entry in the films? Or is it a totally new, does it have its own new storyline? And if so, are characters from the series actually going to appear in this game? Those are some of the bit of the questions that just makes me just raise my, you know. And with these new horror-based games that are coming out nowadays that are so immersive and so scary, you know, it's got me kind of worried about this one aspect. You have players will be able to play as Jason. I can see the appeal to that, because, you know, Jason is one of the most creative killers. Man is able to, wherever he is able to just kill anybody with anything, even the most less threatening things. So I think that's a pretty good take. But I wonder, will it like will it keep the menacing aspect of the character if players actually get to control him? Now, when I first heard about this, I thought it was a pretty good idea, pretty solid idea. But then I heard that, you know, players would be controlling Jason. Now, I'm not sure if that's on a multiplayer aspect or a campaign aspect, but from the way it seems like it's the campaign aspect. But, you know, it's still need more time to get more news on this. But having said that, I wanted to actually ask, like, guys, do you think it should be like played from Jason's perspective? It's because when I first started, I thought it was going to be a band of people going to play out like the movies, having to sit here and try to survive this assault by Jason. And I kind of wish the game would kind of follow like that, because it would make that character that more terrifying. And plus, with some of these really good games that's been coming out lately, Until Dawn, You got the Alien Isolation game where these people are trying to sit here and survive against this threat, and that would also, not only would it make it a great horror game, it would make it a very good survival horror game. Until Dawn, you sit here with this group of people, and your choices that you make determine who lives and who dies and things like that. That would be a good, badass, solid gameplay mechanic for Jason. People sit here coming to the camp not knowing what was going on. Characters that they should, please make them characters that should be cared about. We actually care about, not just cliche ones. But characters sitting here being stalked and killed off by Jason. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what to do. Like, that would be a great menacing aspect to the character of Jason, and it will bring out the survival horror. Even check out the game Alien Isolation. The one reason why the game was so good is because the survival horror aspect of it, or where you have to sit here and duck and dodge and try to hide and fend off this xenomorph threat, you know. I mean, that's about the biggest example I can give is pretty much Alien Isolation and Until Dawn. But anyways, think about it. If it's Alien, you got this, I mean, put it like this. You got the Alien versus Predator game, and you got the Alien Isolation game. The Alien versus Predator game was pretty fun playing as the alien, but it was a lot more menacing and more like suspenseful playing against it, because it was such a very hard antagonist to overcome. And I would have liked to see this with this game, where the survivors get to essentially go against Jason. And as much as it's fun to sit there and kind of kill off people and everything, I think the challenging aspect would be to try not to get killed yourself. So yeah, I think it's a really good idea. Like I said, I'm interested in seeing how they're going to develop the story and the characters and the different types of kills. I'm glad some of the original people from the Friday the 13th franchise are coming back and, you know, making and putting in on this. And I hope they do go with the crowdfunding. They get the money for it. But that's, like I said, yeah, I kind of would have liked to seen it more like an Until Dawn, where you just a group of people trying to stay alive, rather than you just one guy trying to kill a group of people. So anyway, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what you think about the Friday the 13th game. You think it should be played from the perspective of the survivors, or should it be played from the perspective of Jason? Do you think it is a good idea to finally make a Friday the 13th game? I mean, especially with all of these great survival horror games that's out now. Just leave me your thoughts in the just leave me your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, I can barely contain myself, so it's hard for me to talk right now. I'm so hyped up about this, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. So as I said before, leave your comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. Until the next edition of Gear Breaker Nation, keep those gears turning.